What's up, you guys? It's another day at Orlando. It's day 3. This time we're going into Hollywood Studios here and the Animal Kingdom. Hope you guys enjoy this vlog. There's one huge ass tree. One big tree. The hell? We got a cute little otter right over there.
Oh, there.
Hello, little otter. And these little guys are so cute. Little porcupines. Oh, they're getting up a little. Slowly making my way downtown. That is dope. What the heck?
Usually works the best. We're gonna go get started right away. We're gonna begin by heading deep into the Little Ituri Forest. And already, if you look to the right, you might see an animal out there. There's a okapi walking around.
Yeah, look at the zebra.
Okapi? Often mistaken for relatives of the zebra. Because of the stripy legs? Yeah, they're actually the only living relative of the giraffe. It's because of the shape of their heads. The boys even have those ossicles that all the giraffe have, those false horns. Also out to the right, between us and the okapi, you might see some large black and white birds. Those are saddle-billed stork. They are sitting on the equivalent of their knees. When they stand upright fully like the one in the water, they stand almost 5 feet tall. Towards the front left corner of the truck, on the side of the hill between the bushes, going to be on the right-hand side of the road, you might see a tall, light tan antelope. It's a greater kudu. Kudu are the second tallest antelope in Africa. Boys stand about 5 feet tall at the shoulder. Girls like her, just a little bit smaller. Easiest way to tell the difference with the kudu is that the girls don't grow horns. The boys grow horns up to 71 inches in length. That's almost 6 feet long. It makes it pretty noticeable. But you might also notice on top of the hill to the right, in between the bushes, some orange color. Those orange-colored antelope with the white stripes are bongos. Bongos are also known as the ghosts of the forest. They love to stay hidden away in the densely vegetated areas. Both male and female bongos will grow those back-swept horns, helps them get through all the dense vegetation they call home. But I'm starting to think it might be time for us to head out of all this dense forest, because I'd like to find a few of the larger animals. We're gonna head out to the Safi River. That's my favorite spot to go look for hippos. Now, typically, we get our first view of the river on the right, but much better hippo spotting's ahead to the left. So if you're on the left, please don't worry yet. Better is a relative term. You might see some eyes sticking out of the water towards the front right corner of the truck by the broken tree branches. They can stay completely under the water for about 8 minutes at a time before they need to come up for air like this. But sure enough, with 2 to the right, there's a whole group to the left. Puts us in the middle of a group of hippos known as a bloat. There's a bloat of hippos on both sides of the truck. Sweetheart's gotta stay sitting down for me, please, on a lap or on a bench. Thank you. I know this is all really, really exciting, but we're just on a moving vehicle that I might need to start or stop very suddenly, so that's for your safety and the safety of those around you. Everybody has to stay sitting down. Also out to the left, up on top of the islands, the big gray-white birds, those are pink-backed pelicans. They get the name because during mating season, their back turns a light pink color. They blush. I'm actually much more worried about what the next animal's eating, because we are about to drive over a really rickety bridge. As we do, if you look out to the left, those are Nile crocodile. They will snap the bones of their prey with their powerful jaws that have a crushing force of over 2,000 pounds per square inch. Larger than themselves, like zebra and wildebeest. But by larger, I mean bigger or taller, not necessarily longer. From the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail, the crocodile average about 16 feet long. So we we are headed away from those rivers out to a completely different ecosystem with completely different animals. We're going to head to the savannah next. Speaking of different, view of a different kind of tree coming up on the right, known as the baobab. Also known as the upside down tree, so you know which one it is. It's one on the right that looks like it's got its roots sticking up in the air. Not really roots, of course, they are branches. Baobabs go leafless about 9 months out of the year to conserve water. We should find some more of them out in the savannah, so we're going to keep driving around. And as we drive around this corner, our first view of the savannah, the Serengeti grasslands. And already, you're going to start seeing more animals. I know the giraffe out here are really exciting. We're going to loop around to try and get into the middle of the group if we can. We are going to talk about them a little bit. Feel free to keep looking at them. I know the young ones out there especially are adorable. But like I said, we'll get a little bit closer. As we loop around to get closer to the giraffe that are out to the right, on the left we're approaching one of the edges of the reserve. Now you might see some fences between the tall bushes. I'm still going to keep an eye out past the fence line. We've been hearing rumors of African wild dogs roaming around, and sure enough, there's a pack of them sitting in the grasses on top of the hill, in between the bushes. These dogs are going to look a lot like domestic dogs you might be used to. They are only very loosely related. Completely different offshoot of the canid family. They are the most successful hunters of mammals in Africa. Not only will these dogs hunt as a pack, coordinating and communicating with one another, they will chase their prey until their prey drops from exhaustion, which is kind of terrifying when you think about it. So we're going to head away from the dogs. We'll hang out with the nice grass and leaf-eating animals instead. And we're going to go try to get into the middle of the group of giraffe, quite appropriately known as a tower. It's a tower of giraffe. That's appropriate because they do start out pretty big. Baby giraffes stand 6 feet tall when they're born. That means they can look into the eyes of any full-grown adult human standing in the grasses next to them. Or to give you some perspective of how big the adults on both sides of the road really are, the armrests at the side of our truck are over 6 feet off the ground. We are very high up in the air today.
Look at the big
Pose for the camera.
They are going to spend about 16 to 20 hours a day eating and chewing. They spend most of the day chewing on stuff. If you do the math, you'll notice that it does not leave a lot of time left for anything else like sleep. They don't sleep for long periods of time. They take short naps throughout the day that add up to about 20 minutes at a time. But if you look past the giraffe out to the right, there's some tiny antelope in the distance. Those are springbok. Springbok only stand 3 feet tall, but they'll jump 6 feet in the air repeatedly when frightened. They literally spring from place to place. Kind of fun. Also kind of neat would be the horns coming up towards the front.
Look at that. It's very hard to hold up.
The really cool part. The horns are not solid bone. Inside of the horn is honeycomb shaped. That allows blood to circulate through the horn, and when it gets up there, it's going to release heat, which helps keep the animals cooler. It's kind of like carrying around.
He's going to go in there. Yes. I might go in there. That's right. I might want to go in there.
If you want to help out the elephants, feel free to recycle electronics when you're finished with them. That's going to, this one's probably about 2.5. Maximum length about 5 feet long.
Wow.
Boys also darken as they age. The dominant male gets. It's really rare to see them out and about during the day like this. They're usually much more active at nighttime. To the right is a group of white rhinos. The lions to the left. To a lion's roar. A lion's much larger than black rhino. They weigh between 4,000 and 5,000. Back into a burrow with tough scimitar, horns, oryx. It's a desert antelope.
Whoa, that's cute.
There's a scorpion right in there.
Brown snake.
There. Yes, that is a snake there. It's a big frog. Look at all the fish.
He was walking like a.
Yep.
Oh man, they're good.
Can I?
They're fighting over a tree. Lemur right in tree.